What's up, everybody? My name is Godzi, and welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry Answers Arc. Last episodes, we finished Chapter 5, did the Chapter 5 Tea Party, and the Chapter 5 Tea Party, and they were pretty good. I especially liked this one. It was very, very nice. Apparently, Battler knows the truth now, so cool. According to a comment I got last episode, the remaining 3 episodes, chapters, whatever am gonna continue to call them, probably chapters. So these, 6, 7, and 8, it's like the whole conflict between Battler and Beatrice is technically over now, so that's interesting. And these episodes serve to, obviously, complete the story and provide hints for me to figure out the answer to the games. So, woohoo. I imagine I should have a fairly good idea by the end of episode 8 then. Hopefully. If I don't, then fuck me, right? Well, either way. Time to move on to episode 6, Dawn of the Golden Witch. Alright. What do we have in store? Okay. This story is very obviously fictional and fantastic in nature. Any resemblance to existing individuals, organizations, locations, or incidents is entirely coincidental. And I still have a slight cold, but my cough is less bad now. The organ. Oh, back here. A beautiful glow shone in from the skylight over the Grand Cathedral. The place was somehow different from the way it had been during the witch's trial. The decorations had changed. Kill me. The several pleasantly sparkling white ribbons that adorned it were thin like razors, but they trailed beautifully in the air. Flowers were arranged all over in a way that would make any place look cheerful. It was like how a single drop of impure water can spoil an entire cask of wine. Just the presence of those flowers, those ribbons, and the red carpet that ran down the center of the room made it hard to believe that this was the same place Ushiromiya Natsuhi had been falsely accused of a crime. It had truly become a wedding chapel. Wedding? Who is getting married? Excuse me? Yeah, just pop your head in without introducing yourself first. The fuck is this chick? What voice do I even give you? Ah, whatever. Love is generous. Love is merciful. Great, twins. Oh my fucking god. Literally a second in and we already have 2 brand new characters. Yeah, they definitely appear to be twins. That's fun. Love does not envy. It does not boast. Okay. These words, spoken by 2 demons who seemed to be in charge of this gathering, were part of a ceremony for making an oath of love before the eyes of God. Of course, in this wedding celebrated by demons, there was no priest in sight. Instead, there stood the witch who controls miracles. So burn, Castle. In sickness and in health. Yeah, a wife's true job is to be supportive in times of sickness. Isn't that right, Erica? Erica? Oh, what? What happened? I didn't skip the secret 5.5 chapter, did I? Okay. Yes, my master. That looks good on you. What a fitting outfit for one who has conquered the bridegroom. I'm honored, my master. Who the hell would marry Erica? The bride standing on the carpeted path was Furuto Erica. The groom's face couldn't be seen. The bride's outfit certainly was a pure white wedding dress. Her veil represented both the white of God's blessings and the white of a demon's cruelty. Apt. A great many goat nobles, witches, and demons were gathered for this wedding. If only their heads hadn't been those of goats, it would probably have seemed a very refined crowd worthy of this great cathedral. I'd expect no less of you, Byrne. The stuff you manage to think up is always so twisted.
A wife supporting her ailing husband. Isn't that a lovely story? It suits you well, Erica. And congratulations to you too, Mr. Groom.
Who's the fucking groom? Okay. Zoom on in, why don't ya? Nice to meet you. At that point, Bernkastel stared straight into the groom's eyes. The groom didn't answer. If it's Battler, I'm doing a backflip out the window. His eyes were gray. His lips would mutter something from time to time, but no one could tell if the words meant anything.
Hey, are you listening? You people?
She spoke to the groom in the plural. People. Of course, there was only one groom. And of course, the gray-eyed groom didn't answer. Is it not Battler then? Someone else? I'd hope it's not Battler, because then I'd be hopelessly confused. Please just be a new character.
So even though you can hear her, you can't answer. Don't worry, okay?
Battler? It is Battler. Oh my god, I don't know how to do a backflip, so... Alright, gonna pause the recording, gonna go learn how to do a backflip, gonna backflip out the window, break my leg. I'll see you guys in a week. That's why this video's late after all.
It's okay. I'll just take everything you are and trample it into the ground.
The Witch of Miracle sneered with an evil smile that even a demon would shudder to look at. Even that sneer provoked no response from Battler's dim eyes. Why'd Byrne call him people, though? That's odd. And who in the fucky are you and your sister?
People live for the sake of love. Therefore, today, you have fulfilled the purpose of your lives. Oh, how great is the power to live. The power of love. I pray that the brightness of this day blesses these two for all time. Just give it a rest already, you demons. What comes next? The couple will now make an oath of eternal love. After that, they will exchange rings.
On Battler's hand was a ring bearing the seal of the one-winged eagle, proof that he was the territory lord of this world. And on Erica's finger was a diamond ring that could not be shattered by any miracle. Diamonds signify an eternal bond. However, in Greek, the word diamond simply means unbreakable. Oh god. Of all times that I regret having not watched more of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I'm only 5 episodes into the first season, so allow me to give you this joke. Deal! There we go. That's all you're gonna hear from me. Erica wasn't vowing to love Battler forever. She just wanted to rule over him as her eternal property. This wedding was being performed for the sole purpose of defiling Battler. Rude.
Don't worry, I won't love you forever. After all, the point of the ceremony is to make you submit to me. Your heart will be shut inside an inescapable closed room forever, where I, Furuto Erica, the detective and the Witch of Truth, will command it. Your position as Territory Lord, and your ring will become mine.
Can't get.
What was that?
Can't get out. Soy confundido. Hello, goats. And those three are all just like, what? And Delanna, Gertrude, and Cordelia. And you two, whose names are still shrouded in mystery. I don't know which one's laughing. I'll assume Erica.
Yeah, I'll bet you can't get out of that closed room. After all, you made it yourself. You'll suffer in that room for all eternity, and I'll remain by your side as your wife forever, getting to enjoy that look of anguish on your face all by myself.
From the distance,
show me anguish. What was that? Did someone actually open the fucking chapel door? What is this in here? Suffer! Ah! Out defile you forever. Ushiromiya Battler!
Well, opening. Is this the same one from Chapter 5? Because this one seems familiar. Oh boy. Yeah, I think this is the same one. Still don't understand. Oh no, wait, that's Natsuhi behind him. I'm stupid. I was. Yeah, because she has that scarf thingy. Okay. So I'm assuming this chapter is gonna follow more of the conflict with Battler and Erica, right? I mean, they wouldn't use the same opening if it weren't for that, you know? And I actually just saw Eva Beatrice's sprite there for, like, a split second. So, what you doing? And Burncastle's back there, I see. Okay, so I see this part was meant to show that suspicion's gonna be placed on Natsuhi by the family. Interesting. Okay, parts of this opening make more sense, but why was Eva Beatrice there if she's supposed to be sort of dead? Unless she comes back? Are we gonna pull a Kingdom Hearts on Eva Beatrice and she's gonna return? Please be good this time, at least. Or maybe I'm just mistaking a sprite, because a lot of people have crazy face sprites. Could have just been one of Beatrice's. Yeah, whatever. That song's still awesome, by the way. Okay. All that could be heard was the sound of the wind. A sound of misfortune, bringing sadness and unease to all who heard it. That's a wind there. Slowly, I came back to my senses. I finally regained consciousness on top of a bed with a firm mattress. Where was this again? I can't remember where this is, but I can vaguely recall that I must not remain here. It's a guest room. The room was dimly lit. There was a light on, but that just made the darkness and eeriness of the room more apparent. There were no curtains over the window, but it was too dark outside to see anything beyond it. They're fucking corpse party windows. Turn around, there's a dead body. Oh wait, Umineko's kind of the same way with that. You just turn around, oh, dead. Great. Yet again. If I squinted into that pitch blackness, it felt as though I could see the Witch of the Forest peeking back at me from the darkness, and I averted my gaze from the window in fear. I can't see or hear it, but I get the feeling that if I leave this room, it'll be bright and warm, and someone else will be there for me. I want to get to where everyone else is as soon as I can. Bad memories from when I was very young began to well up. Horrible, harsh memories of when I started dozing off during a family gathering and was put to sleep in some room I didn't know. I remember waking up there, incredibly lonely and sobbing. Alright, and who's the narrator here? I must not remain in this room. I just want to get out of here quickly. Once that thought crossed my mind, I didn't want to stay in the room a second longer than I had to. I'm scared. It's creepy. Where is everyone? I want to get out of here right now. I opened the door, trying to leave the room. A pleasant glow snuck in through the crack of the door. As I'd thought, the corridor was filled with a comforting light. I couldn't actually hear them, but I could sense that far away, people were enjoying themselves. I'm sure everyone's gathered in the room across from this one. I've been shut up in this lonely, creepy room, all alone. I should go. Quickly. Oh. As soon as I thought this, a merciless metallic sound rang out, and the door refused to open any further. The chain had been set. I've always hated chain locks. You can open a normal lock just by twisting, but chain locks are built in an annoying way, and I couldn't work them easily. So I've hated them ever since I was very young. See? Even this chain is causing me trouble, and I just can't get it undone. Why is this happening? I just want to leave this creepy room right away. Just on the other side of this thin door, everything is bathed in a warm light. I can't undo it. I just can't undo this chain. The more desperate I grew, the more that unsettling darkness seemed to be closing in on my back, and the more frightened I became. Then, I finally noticed. There's something wrong with this chain. Yes, there is a chain, but this isn't a chain lock. This is just a chain staked into the door, preventing it from opening any further. In other words, it isn't made to be opened. I don't know who's talking, so regular voice. What the hell's going on? Who'd do something like this? Damn it. No matter what I did, no matter how much I struggled, I couldn't pull out the stake or undo the chain or break the mechanism. This door was just a demon's mouth, made to trick me into thinking it would open before crushing my hopes. Even so, if only I could just open this door somehow, I could get out into that pleasant corridor. This desire forced me to keep my hand glued to the doorknob. But it was useless. Both the chain and the stake were firm, and no matter how much I clattered them about, there was no chance of the door opening any further. Even though I could see the pleasant hallway through the crack, I had no chance of opening the door any further. Maybe someone will come if I yell. Maybe the door can be opened easily from the outside. When I thought this, I tried to call out to someone, but I couldn't make the words come out. I could mouth, "Someone come here," but no voice left my lips. What's going on? Someone, come. Why can't I cry out? Help me, help me, help me. The mere fact that I can't say help me out loud is even scarier. If I turn around, the witch gazing into the room from the darkness outside might be inside the room this time, standing right behind me. I'm frightened. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Someone help me. Someone help me. Can't get out. Can't get out. Let me out of this room. Help me. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Help me. Help me. Help me. Is this that closed room thingy that Erica was talking about with Battler? So maybe that was Battler. Okay, this music. I don't know who's talking. It sounds like they've arrived, lady. You what? Where's this place? Huh? Oh. Oh! So we are getting more on Ange. Hello, Amakasa. Been a while. Amakasa ran his finger down my cheek. In an instant, I awoke from the doze I'd just been in. Yep, Ange. Hello. I glared at Amakasa for waking me up in such a creepy way, but he just pretended not to notice. Where is this? It feels like a parlor in some dignified person's house, but I have no memory of this place at all. This isn't the boat captain's place. This is somewhere else. Where is this? And why am I... You still half asleep, lady? Yeah, sorry. Where are we? Huh? Apparently he hadn't expected me to forget something like that just because I wasn't fully awake yet. For once, I agreed with him. Why am I in some parlor that I don't recognize? The sound of the footsteps from the they Amakasa had mentioned had come right up to the opposite side of the door. I could hear conversing voices. Is that a woman? It's not Kasumi, is it? Judging by the coffee and snacks laid in front of me, I was the guest here. In that case, I'd better remember why I came here. Or at least who it was I came to visit. Who am I? Ushiromiya Ange. Who's the man standing behind me? Amakasa Juza. I already know who Amakasa is, but okay. Now we have Ange's page in this again. Yep. And it doesn't show the fucking weird asses. Battler, what's with your sprite? Oh. Hello there. You got a cloak. Neat. Battler, the endless sorcerer and the final game master. He's the ruler of the game board and the territory lord. To prove that he has won Bayato's game, he must act as the part of the game master. By succeeding in this, his victory will be acknowledged and Bayato's game will reach its end. Ah, because he knows all the truth, the plane on which he exists is higher than those of all others. Okay. Oh, so he can use... Hold on. What was this? Oh, Virgilia, Ronove, Gap. Just those three? It seems so. And then the Sisters of Purgatory, all of the goats. So, these three are his furniture now. Interesting. Interesting. And then this page is the same thing. Kinzo's already darkened. The aged head of the Ushiromiya family is already dead, but thanks to Kraus and Natsu's closed room illusion, it is being made to look as though he's alive. Therefore, there is no longer any need to include him in the number of people on the island. Without him, the number of people goes from 18 to 17. However, after welcoming in the guest known as Erica, the number returns to 18. Okay, yeah. That is correct. So, Ange's page here is back. Ange, the final descendant of the Ushiromiya family 12 years in the future. During her journey to reach Rokkenjima while evading pursuers from the Sumadera family, she becomes overwhelmed by a world of an impossible memory. She reached several truths in the previous games and possesses the power to act as an observer. It seems that witches who hope for the worst for her are great in number, as are those who wish to become her master. Amakasa Juza, a former guard of Eva's. He's fundamentally a thrill-seeker, willing to take on dangerous jobs for very little pay. At one point, he did work as a guard for Ange, but after repeatedly violating Eva's strict orders not to speak to her, Eva grew to dislike him and fired him. Ange seemed not to mind having him around, as he would often chat with her. This man, who has traveled between the Japan Self-Defense Force, the Foreign Legion, and non-government military companies, has skill in counter-sniping and protecting VIPs. I think that's literally the exact same bio he had in Questions Arc. The man who used to be my guard long ago. Used to. He's now the bodyguard Okanogi assigned to me. Oh, yeah. In that case, is this after Aunt Eva's death, when I've thrown off my pursuers, on that journey to find out what happened 12 years ago? Is that how it went? Do I really have a memory like this? Knock, knock. Who's there? Scree. So who's this person? After a knock, the door opened, and the person I must have come here to meet entered along with an assistant. Oh, wonderful. Even after seeing her face, I can't remember who she is. Our sincere apologies for keeping you waiting. Hachijo Tohya is here. Okay, new character. That's a relief. The assistant introduced her to me first. And I finally remembered who she was. She? I thought it was a he. Is Amakasa talking? Excuse me, but who are you? Wait, but are you... Okay, new character. What kind of voice do I give you? Probably like a really noble voice. Because she seems of some significance. Not necessarily to the plot, but like to something. Like a company or something. She seems like a... I don't know. Prestigious, she seems... you know what I'm trying to mean. Like... sub-royalty, kinda? It's hard to fucking describe. Noble, rather. Normal. Ugh, fucking... What is the word I'm trying to think of? Proper. There we go. So I'll try to give her a rather proper voice. That's right. I am Hachijo Tohya. It's not exactly the kind of voice I wanted to give her. That dress did not make sense at first, but now I understand. Okay. Hachijo Tohya, a message bottle forger. She's a mysterious novel writer, and her person is surrounded by even more mysteries than those found in her novels. She claims to have found the truth of Rokkenjima, and posts new tales she has written on the web, as though giving out extra hints. However, I have no memory of meeting with her before my trip to Nijima. Okay. So you're Hachijo. The magazines were all talking about your book signing event. Supposedly, a mysterious male author showed up wearing sunglasses and a mask. Never thought you'd be a woman. What's the deal?
That was just a double arranged for by the editing department. I was the helper standing behind him at the book signing.
Heh, now there's a shock. I haven't read your works, but I'll bet you're even more mysterious than your books.
Readers only pretend to read books.
New music, just coming straight at ya. Holy shit, hello there.
They read them based merely on the name of the author and the brand and think that they've actually read them. No matter what I write in my books, they don't truly read anything. They just pretend to read so they can look smart and knowledgeable and keep up with the current fad. Why on earth should I expose myself to these people? Why indulge such trash? I see. Looks like you're Madam Hachijo, alright?
This person really is eccentric. There's no doubt about it. This is Hachijo Tohya herself. Hachijo Tohya is a mystery novelist who's become the center of discussion lately. It seems her books themselves have been highly praised, but it's her mysterious debut that's attracted so much attention towards her lately. Last year, she managed to win several different awards for exceptional mystery novels offered by multiple large publishing companies, submitting each of her works under a different pen name. And after that, several highly regarded anonymous works were discovered, one after another, to have been stories she had written in the past under false names. And her popularity soared as she herself became more mysterious in her books. Despite all of this, the author herself never appeared in public, and everything about her was wrapped in a veil of secrecy. However, just a few days ago, this author finally made a public appearance for a book signing, showing up with a mask that covered his face, and drawing even more public attention. And yet, apparently even that had been a fake. Given this person's radically unconventional track record, it was hardly a surprise to hear her casually insult her fans like this.
I know quite a lot about you too, Ushiromiya Ange. The talk shows have been saying all sorts of things. I'm sure you've heard nothing good. Yes, nothing good at all. Apparently, you employ and fire people on a whim, try to resolve everything with money, and care nothing for the law as long as you get your way.
Yep, sounds about right.
However, I happen to like intelligent people like you. Is that why you agreed to meet with me? Exactly. You're the only person who's managed to spot that...
How do I pronounce that?
Itoi Kukuro... Okay, that's not that bad. Spot that Itoi Kukuro Reigo Namu is another pen name used by me, Hachijo Tohya. That's actually quite impressive. Itoi Kukuro Reigo Namu. It was a pretty strange pen name. However, if you match the Japanese syllables to numbers, you can read it as, oh my god, 11019960567576 rather. 11,019,960,576. This massive number is equal to 18 to the 8th power. 18 to the 8th. In Japanese, Tohya no Hachijo. Or in other words, Hachijo Tohya.
Interesting. That's weird, but okay. Why would you see a pen name and just think, yeah, this is Hachijo Tohya. I can tell because of these syllables and it's 18 to the power of 8.
Very well done. I was quite impressed. In fact, I was so impressed I decided to let you meet me in person. Welcome to my mansion, child of man.
Her manner of speaking was extremely condescending, but perhaps of her elegant manner, it didn't feel particularly irritating. This person had a sort of majestic grandeur about her, which made that style of speech seem almost natural. At least, that's how it felt to me. In fact, it felt almost as though this was the manifestation of some noble being, who would have no need to show herself before mere humans under normal circumstances. Since I'm not particularly a fan of hers, I guess this is proof that her mysterious charisma really is nothing to be laughed at. However, I didn't come here to talk to Hachijo Tohya, the mystery novelist. I'm interested in Itoe Kukuro Regonamu, the mysterious web author who only released her works over the internet. Around the Japanese parts of the internet, Itoe Kukuro is an extremely famous witch hunter. However, she isn't a big opinion leader like Professor Utsuki. She's one of those message bottle forgers who are always the center of vigorous debate. Message bottle forgers are, as the name suggests, people who forge and post the contents of what purport to be mysterious message bottles containing the events of the Rokkenjima incident. They claim to have discovered a new message bottle, and post either a very similar counterfeit story, or a new theory with their own interpretation of the truth, all of which are supposedly written by Ushiromiya Maria. In so doing, they openly take on the name Ushiromiya Maria, writing up new bizarre tales as if they'd been present themselves and knew the truth, then send these stories out into the newest sea discovered by humankind, the internet, claiming that it's a third or fourth message bottle. All of the first forgers were either simple pranksters or crooks trying to swindle collectors. Eventually though, people who claimed to have solved the riddles of the message bottle tales and reached the truth started to appear, and they started creating original works of their own, third and fourth message bottles from Ushiromiya Maria, as though they had moved over to the Riddle Tower side. Excuse me. These people rewrote the tale of the witch with whatever interpretations they wanted, and every once in a while, parts of their theories would gain big followings on the net. Some of these creations grew to be so widely trusted that they were believed to contain some grain of truth. The more rigid witch hunters openly despised these people, calling them forgers, counterfeiters, or just witches. Though they claimed to have reached the truth, they refused to tell anyone and created fake message bottles as though testing everyone else. It was no surprise that more straight-laced witch hunters were seriously annoyed by these forgers. However, among those who simply liked to entertain themselves with the occult fantasy of Rokkenjima, an extremely small number accepted these creations as literary works, glad of these additions to the mysterious tale. Itoe Kukuro was the most highly regarded of these forgers. End of the Golden Witch. I've read that one. That's one hell of a hobby you've got there, killing off other people's families however you like. Did you come all the way here just to say that? I think not, final descendant of the Ushiromiya family. In her latest forgery, End, she killed off 7 members of my family, at least during the actual story. Excuse me, my throat was tickling itself. Oh god, cut that cough out so you guys didn't have to hear it, because that would be kind of disturbing and disgusting. No, if you count Alliance and Banquet, the other forgery she's made before now. Alliance and Banquet. I know Alliance and Banquet. Alliance was chapter 4. Was Banquet 2? Because the reality here should be whichever one 3 was. The other forgery she's made before now, then she's killed off most of my family in horrible ways, over and over again. Of course I want to complain. However, all of her works are known for being, in both form and level of perfection, the closest tales to those written by Ushiromiya Maria herself. In particular, Itoe Kukuro's first forgery, Banquet of the Golden Witch, managed to fit everything, including Ushiromiya Eva's escape to Kuwadorian. Oh, so that should have been... Okay, so that was 3. What was... I forget what 1 and 2 were then. People wondered whether this might be the true story of Rokkenjima, and it even made it onto the talk shows. So if chapter 3 was a forgery then what actually happened in this timeline? So far, all of these tales have been nothing more than electronic text on the web. However, people will eventually realize that Itoi Kukuro is actually Hachijo Tohya. When that happens, they'll become the works of that bizarre Hachijo, and no one will think of them as mere fan creations. People will probably start wondering if this might actually be a third message bottle she found and released under the guise of a story she wrote herself. When that happens, these stories will probably seem even more bizarre and credible.
You're pretty cunning, aren't you? Why do you say that? You're doing this to make your forgeries seem more mysterious and more credible. And what could you mean by credible? Once you've gained credibility, your forgeries will rise to the level of truth. Rise to the level of truth? How foolish. Such a thing is unnecessary for my works. Are you saying that because your works are truth and not mere forgeries? Correct. They are truth, so there's no need for them to rise into anything. You aren't Maria, and you definitely weren't on Rokkenjima that day. So how can you be so absurd as to call this the truth?
Hey, don't lose your cool, lady.
Shut up! What makes you think I'm losing my cool?
Ange half realized that she'd let her emotions get the better of her. She let out a sigh and shrugged.
Your reason for coming here. It wasn't to yell at me for killing your family several times within my forgeries, correct?
Hachijo had been smiling at Ange kindly, but in a condescending manner. Or else like a mother might watch over a very small child. Ange realized this and was unable to suppress her irritation. Apparently, Amakusa could tell that Ange was getting worked up. He joked around with her for a bit, so that he could start the conversation over again from the beginning.
The thing you came here to hear, it's the truth that I've reached, is it not? Why are you so sure that you've reached the truth? Because I've understood all of the tales. And I'm asking you why you're so sure about that. Do you think the sun ever revolved around the earth?
Hachijo suddenly started talking about the Ptolemaic theory. Ange was about to tell her not to answer questions with more questions, but she quickly realized what Hachijo meant.
Humans used to support the Ptolemaic theory. However, that theory has been rejected in the modern age. Does this mean that, at the instant that theory was rejected, the sun stopped moving and the earth started revolving around the sun? Of course not. The truth doesn't change based on what humans believe. Then right now, your denial of my truth means exactly the same thing.
The idea of heliocentrism was proposed by several scholars before Galileo. However, it was hard to objectively prove that theory using the scientific techniques available at the time. Even so, that didn't change what the truth was. And yet it moves.
So you're saying that the truth is still the truth whether you can prove it or not? Correct. In the future, when the full truth finally becomes known, people will look back and realize that I had already discovered it.
Apparently, Ange just couldn't stand Hachijo's attitude. She kept getting irritated, and every time, Amakusa would joke around until she settled down again. However, there could be no mistake that Hachijo was a genius, and had used her extraordinary intuition to form a most interesting outlook on the events that occurred on that island. You what? I thought I heard a police car, but I guess not. That was why Ange had wanted to contact Itoi Kukuro and hear her views. However, this meeting truly had been fortunate for Ange. She hadn't been absurdly sure that Itoi Kukuro was Hachijo Tohya. She hadn't thought that the publishing company would really contact the author, and moreover, she hadn't dreamed that the mysterious masked author would grant her an interview under such short notice. The more she thought about it, the more she realized that the sum of the events leading to this meeting made for nothing short of a miracle. Yes, a miracle. After all, in almost all cases, I'd never be contacted by the publishing company, and would leave for Nijima the next day. Eh? I'd leave for Nijima, then go on to Rokkenjima. And then give Maria a Sakutaro stuffed animal. Huh? Why a Sakutaro stuffed animal? Okay. So this here is happening before she goes on Rokkenjima. Kasumi is still alive. And, Ange's remembering the future? That's something. My memory of the future is all muddled. My head hurts. Hachijo said something about showing Ange something good, rose from the sofa, and headed for the study desk. When she turned her back, Amakusa asked Ange, who seemed to be troubled by something, if she was okay.
Hey, Amakusa. How long have I been here?
What? You've been looking weird for a while now. What's going on?
I can't remember how long I've been sitting here.
Are you still half asleep?
That's not it. I mean, I was able to get an appointment with Professor Utsuki, but the publishing company never got back to me about Itoi Kukuro. So, in the end, I was stuck, unable to do anything that entire day, right?
Huh?
Amakusa, you went to get that large black bag, didn't you?
That's right. Just before we left for Nijima, Amakusa and I parted ways just one time. He said something about getting a weapon from an acquaintance of his, and he went to go get that large black bag. Wasn't that today? What am I talking about? I mean, didn't I go to Nijima, meet Captain Kawabata, and inside the bed shop? Huh? What? Yeah, she's remembering the future.
Something wrong?
Did my confusion and uncertainty make me sigh out loud? Even though Hachijo's back was to me, she slowly turned around and smiled as though she had peered into my heart.
No, it's nothing.
Strange memories. Ones that even I can't understand. I tried to hide my confusion, but for some reason, Hachijo had a strange glint in her eyes, as though she could read my mind.
I've revived and killed your family several times within various forgeries, almost like a witch might. Reviving and killing them whenever you like. Endlessly. Sounds almost like Beatrice, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So please follow the lead of all those people on the web, and consider the possibility that I might be a witch.
Every female in this game is a witch. Like, come on. We've been over this. Except for, I guess, Natsuhi, for sure. Maybe Jessica. Because I don't think a non-witch could give birth to a witch. She took a thickly packed brown envelope out of a locked drawer. It appeared to be filled to the brim with printer paper. Perhaps this was a manuscript for one of her works. The neat letters written with a fountain pen on the envelope spelled out the word Dawn. Ah. There was no forgery by the name of Dawn, which must mean. Ange could tell. This was a new one. Hachijo's newest unreleased forgery. Dawn of the Golden Witch. Which is this one.
For one such as I, who knows everything is boring. However, I don't dislike letting the ignorant read my works to see what kind of reactions they have. And so, I want you to read it. You want me to read your newest work, which you've created as the new Endless Witch? Correct, child of man. Whether you resent it or admire it, you can help me forget my illness for a time.
Illness. So is this Hachijo actually a witch?
Let's put an end to this farce, shall we? Who are you? I don't remember ever meeting you like this.
Yes, I did try to contact Hachijo Tohya, but in the end I never got a chance to meet her. In other words, all of this is a falsehood.
Whose piece am I this time?
Ah.
Sorry, but if you think you can tame Ushiromiya Ange so easily, you're making a big mistake. Yes, I hoped you'd be this interesting.
She finally couldn't hold it back, and burst out laughing. Gradually, the space around them seemed to be filled with a strange purple mist. The room itself seemed to twist and bend. Whoa. So this lady is a witch. Her figure also twisted, and after something that couldn't be described elapsed, her form changed to become just what she had called herself, a witch. Okay. You're dressed like Hanyu for some reason.
Splendid. You did well to see through my veil. It seems I'm the type witches just love to cling to. You all have that same condescending tone towards humans. I figured you were a witch right away.
The novelist sitting on the sofa was nowhere to be seen. Even Ange's bodyguard, who was supposed to be around at times like this, was gone. There was only a non-human figure relaxing in a large, ornate rocking chair.
I find you truly intriguing, child of man. Your charming nature is the perfect medicine for my boredom. Yeah, well, I don't see anything charming about this. Why am I alive? Wasn't I killed in a pretty nasty way for breaking the rule about revealing my name?
To be honest, I did doubt that those people would just let me go so easily. What kind of farce will I be forced to go along with this time? I really don't care. I'll just do whatever I can within the bounds of the role they give me. Whatever I can to help Battler. Of course, I understand. Even if he wins, he'll never come back to me.
Even so, I'll struggle on. I'll make sure Battler comes back to the me of that day. No need to lose your temper. I'm not asking you to be at peace. Then why did you summon me here? Don't tell me you want me to read this new story or whatever it is you've written. That's it exactly. I do not want you to be my piece. I have always been a mere observer, and I have no intention of sticking my neck into their game. I don't get it. What is it you want from me? Be an observer for me. An observer of the fragments Beatrice has woven. An observer? I don't really get it, but no deal. In the past, I observed the fragments through Battler's eyes. However, now that he has succeeded the position of Game Master, he is not a suitable observer. I am following this tale with true and earnest intentions. It would be a waste to observe it through the eyes of Battler as he is now, like reading a detective novel backwards. Battler is the Game Master? What on earth are you talking about? You must have no clue what it's all about. You want to know, don't you? I want to know too. What kind of tale will Battler weave now that he has taken the position of Game Master? Furthermore, I wish to search for the truth Battler reached as part of my own mental journey. My illness affects me gravely. If I do not think, I cannot even keep my heart beating. So, you want me to read your new picture book aloud to you? You might as well interpret it that way. In exchange, you will also be able to take part in your own journey of the mind. I do believe that even you have yet to reach the truth. I think you want to continue on the journey to find that truth. I don't owe you anything. Do not to push your luck. I can be lenient at times, but such cases are rare.
Ange hadn't yet reached the truth either. Though she knew that the game was little more than a toy for the amusement of those witches, she wanted it to resume, so that she could follow the tale and close in on the king called Truth.
I might explore the tale to find out the truth for myself, but I have no obligation to read it aloud until the end for your sake. Understand?
Ange was willing to read the story aloud, but she could quit at any time if this witch made her mad. She was in effect warning the witch not to annoy her.
Of course. You call it a picture book, but to me, it is only the medicine for a fatal illness. I cannot take that medicine without you to assist me. In other words, it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. So, you're telling me to read you a book until you fall asleep, and in exchange you'll let me read it too. Is that right? Precisely. If you are willing to accept, I shall ask that you become my reader for a time. Well, it's nice to get my own title, but all you really want me to do is read books, right? Becoming my reader means the same as becoming my familiar. In other words, what is done against you will be done against me. I will not permit anyone to disrupt my only interest, that being to read the rest of Beatrice's tale. I will not let Bernkastel, Lambda Delta, or even Beatrice force anything upon you.
This witch, who seemed to have an almost divine quality to her, spoke both quietly and forcefully. There was no threat in her words. However, even so, it was clear that she was on a different level than Bernkastel and the other witches, and not at all to be taken lightly.
So you'll offer me protection if I agree to read your book? Of course. What I want for you is to read aloud to me. I will not spare any who attempt to stand in the way of that. If my attitude seems arrogant to you, allow me to apologize, child of man. It may not seem so, but I am speaking to you with the utmost respect. Yeah, probably. Even that witch-like style of speech feels like it's got to be the most respectful thing you've said in the last few hundred years. When you're reading a book, do you tell it thank you very much before flipping through the pages? I guess it is like that. I understand.
Just by agreeing to have a conversation with Ange, she was showing an incredible amount of respect and willingness to compromise. Ange shrugged, but she also nodded to show her consent.
Sure, I'll be your reader. I get that you showed a ton of respect just by asking for my consent first. You understand well, child of man. My name's Ange, not child of man or whatever. Very well. As proof of my respect for you, I will acknowledge your name.
For her, acknowledging human names was like acknowledging the names of all the leaves scattered across the ground. So her acknowledging Ange's name was a miracle. No, it was immensely good fortune.
From this point forth...
Sorry, my brain shut off for a second.
From this point forth, Ushiromiya Ange will serve as reader and Miko to the Witch of Theater going, Featherin Augustus Aurora.
That's quite the name. Featherin Augustus Aurora. Holy shit. The majestic witch of theater going, drama, and spectating. She is tired of life after 1,000 years and constantly repeats a cycle of life and death. In the past, she has served as the master for several games as a legendary witch, but her legend, glory, and memory have already disappeared into the past and have been forgotten. Only the solid metal she wears on her chest contains those memories. The horseshoe-shaped object floating around her head is a memory aid device. Oh, those aren't horns. I see, okay. It records her name, appearance, and other aspects of her personality. She is so old that she would not be able to preserve her own individuality without this. So, what's this picture look like? Yeah, basically the same. Interesting.
Until you finish reading, I shall bring calamity to all who attempt to hinder your task.
When the Witch of Theater going, Featherin, spoke this, Ange was wrapped in a bright light. Ange didn't feel any particular change herself, but she definitely had been given something that only non-humans could sense. It signified that from this point forward, Ange would be the Witch of Theater going subject. That didn't mean that Ange would gain some sort of special power, but at the very least, it probably meant that anyone wanting to cause her harm would first have to take on Featherin herself.
Your name is pretty long. Sounds like some Roman person from the history books. What should I call you? Those not familiar with me call me Augustus Aurora. After all the respect you've shown me, it's only fitting that I respond in kind. I'll call you Featherin. Any problems? None at all. For an ailing witch such as myself, even being called by my first name will be an experience to be treasured and pondered over, child of man. I have a name. It's Ange. Even conversations like this are pleasant every once in a while. Ange, my Miko.
Ange accepted her role. She would observe the story with the Witch of Theater going. The curtain was rising on the sixth tale. Awesome. Okay. So Ange is back. Amakasa kind of disappeared, but whatever. I imagine we'll see him again. And a new character, Featherin. Does that mean she's not actually that Tohya Hachijo person? Well, either way, I think this is a pretty good place to end this episode. So, if you like this episode, be sure to press the like button, and if you didn't like it, fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!